So Jamie, thanks for joining us. How excited are you for the 2024 season?
Yeah, very excited. Another year of county cricket. It's always an exciting time, and yeah, fingers crossed we can win three and three. But yeah, I'm very excited, and there's obviously plenty of cricket to go, but we're pushing as far as we can.
How much more motivation is there this year for you, considering what happened with the stress fracture and missing a large chunk of last summer, I guess?
Not a massive amount more. I think injuries is just sort of part and parcel of the game, especially for fast bowlers. It's frustrating, but it's just one of those when you are playing, it's just trying to give as much as you can. That's my philosophy is just trying to give as much as I can when I'm fit, and then I know injuries are going to happen, and sort of that's my sort of relaxation time and trying to recover and recoup from there. So yeah, looking forward to this year starting from the first game, and yeah, fingers crossed it's a successful year for myself.
And just on the big news last week that came out about Alec Stewart, really, I spoke to Ollie, who's obviously known him since he was 7 years old or whatever. As someone who's recently come into the club, this sum up what Alec's done for you as a person and a cricketer?
No words can describe what he does for the club, or for anyone really. He's just that sort of person in the back that just sort of, well, he's not really in the back, he's right in front of everything. But he just gives you so much confidence. And when I first moved, it was one of the key deciding factors that he was going to be in charge of everything. He just sort of knows everything, knows what's going on, knows what to get the best out of everyone. He's just a legend. It's obviously going to be disappointing to lose him, but for to understand it, he sort of deserved his time, and hopefully we can get on a bang for him and try and win 3 and 3.
And how much do you flourish being a part of this Surrey attack? You've got obviously yourself, Dan Worrell, you've got Laws, who's very mentioned when it comes to the England setup as well, Kemar Roach. It's a great attack to be a part of, I guess. Yeah,
it is. It's a phenomenal attack. Missed out Jordan Clark and Gus Atkinson as well. Like it's just never ending. But it's nice because it doesn't mean you have to play every game. We've obviously got the riches that we can rotate the squad and try and keep everyone fresh, which has probably been one of the main reasons why the last couple of years we have won it. Just because not many sides have got the luxury that we have of having 5 or 6 seamers that we can rotate through. So it's nice to have, but yeah, it's you know that if you don't have necessarily a great day, you've got someone else that can turn the hand up and have a good day, and so it just rotates through like that. So yeah, it's a great to be part of, and you're obviously learning from everyone at the same time. Not everyone's the same, so it's just trying to take each day as it comes.
And how important is it for you to stay fresh, and how hard is it to find that balance of staying fresh? Because you've had a long winter with BBL and IL-T20, so you might feel fresh now, but come July it might catch up on you. So how important is it to get that balance right?
Yeah, it's hard, it's tricky. It's just trying to keep doing the right things, whether that's eating well, getting enough sleep and recovery. It's just trying to do all the right things like early on as soon as possible. And whether that does mean you have to have a couple of games where you just sort of chilled and you're not playing. It's a long season, and you've got to try and be fit for the whole season and try and contribute for the whole season. Not really my philosophy. It's just I try and play every game that I'm available for. So we'll have to just try and manage it as much as we can. Luckily, most of the time we play 5 seamers here, so you're not bowling a massive amount of overs anyway. So it's just trying to do the right things and trying to stay on top of everything really.
And talking about not bowling a huge amount of overs, you played a lot of T20 cricket in the winter, BBL team of the tournament. You got the MVP in the 100 last year. There's a T20 World Cup in June. Is that one eye on that? Are you ambitious to get in that England side?
Yeah, one eye's on it. You never sort of know how close you are. Fingers crossed, I feel like I'm quite close, but I've just got to keep doing what I'm doing. If it does come up and I do get selected, then I'll be over the moon and stuff. But I did an interview last week just saying my aim is to try and play in the Olympics in 2028. So if that's sort of the first sort of progress to try and get towards that stage, then that's the first main thing. But yeah, at the moment it's just trying to focus on what I'm doing. And obviously I had quite a successful sort of 12 months in white ball T20 cricket, 100 cricket, so it's just trying to take that to the next step and try and push myself even further.
It's not just with the ball as well, it's with the bat. How much have you worked on your batting to become that all-rounder?
I think I've probably done more work on the batting than I have the bowling, to be honest. The bowling's just sort of, I think it's just, I actually put it down to a bit last year playing in the blast and not bowling anything, just playing as a batter. You sort of can sort of see what's going on. Sort of with an open lens. I think sometimes when you're bowling, you sort of just get carried away, and you just everything happens too quickly. Whereas when the field, it feels like it goes on forever sometimes. yeah, it's just sort of opened my eyes to sort of how people go about it and what's harder and what's easier to hit and stuff like that. So I think that's sort of helped me going forward with the bowling. But yeah, batting wise, I've done quite a lot of work trying to almost become like a finisher sort of role, whether that means trying to get us up to a defendable score or trying to get us over the line in a crunch game. It's always not always going to work, but yeah, trying to put myself in those situations where it happens more often than not.
And how difficult was it for you, who had a good BBL, played in the ILT20 as well, and then had to withdraw from the PSL with an agreement with Surrey?
Yeah.
How was that for you? Was that frustrating? Did you want it to kick on, or do you look at it the bigger picture?
Yeah, a bit frustrating. It's one of those things. I had a few little niggles and a few injuries, and Surrey weren't overly happy. So yeah, it was a bit frustrating, but kind of in the long run, it's not necessarily the worst thing. It would have been nice to go out to Pakistan and play for Karachi. Like, they've been very good to me. They've obviously picked me up, and then since then they've been very, very, very complimentary. So it was a bit disappointing, but these things happen, and just trying to get fresh for the summer here now and trying to push my case going forward.
Because Alex spoke to me last year, and one of the things he mentioned, he could see down the line franchise cricketers becoming a bit like tennis players, really, where they go from franchise to franchise, but they've not got a base, whereas you have a base here at Surrey. Did you see that potentially happening, where they have to bring their own coaches? Because at the moment you've got an agreement with Surrey where you didn't play PSL, but maybe 5-10 years down the line where you want to cash in before you retire, that could be an option, I think. Yeah,
I think so. I think potentially it could happen in the future. I think there's a few guys starting to just play for each sort of franchise around the world. Like Sunil Narayan just plays for the Knight Riders sort of franchise and stuff like that. So it's going to happen more often than not. I think, some guys may go down that route. I think at the moment I'm sort of happy with still playing 4-day cricket. I think it's a very beneficial to get your basics and stuff sort of in place, and then you sort of take T20 cricket from there. I think I saw something about Mark Butcher said the other day, actually your 4-day cricket or your basics cricket is the sort of foundation for everything, and you can just sort of express yourself from that situation or from 4-day cricket. So yeah, for me at the moment it's just trying to keep doing that, and then whatever comes from it comes from it. But yeah, potentially in the future that might be something that I look to go down, because obviously bodies, as a fast bowler, it's not the longest career, so you got to try and earn the money as much while you can. So, and now that means I've got to just play white cricket. I just play white cricket. But yeah, at the moment I'm focusing on just trying to play as much cricket as I can, and that means 4-day cricket and trying to get back in the Test side.
How much are you looking forward to playing in the Championship this year, given the quality really of the other teams? Lancashire, Durham have done well under Ryan Campbell. You've got Essex and Hampshire always knocking on the door as well. So that's at least 5 teams, well, 4 plus yourself, going for the title. It's going to be really competitive.
Yeah, it's going to be really competitive. I think it's competitive every year. The standard is really high, especially with some very good overseas players coming in. It's not going to be easy. We've got to try and push ourselves even further than the last couple of years, because the other sides, they're coming at us, and it's always harder for teams when you're at the top, because people are always trying to peck you and take you down a notch. So we've got to put our best foot forward and try and start the season on the front foot with Lancs next week, and try and take it from there game by game.
You had that one test with England where you did so well with the bat as well. Are you targeting a return to that side? And also on the horizon, there's no denying there's an away Ashes. You did well in Australia. Is that something perhaps that's on your mind?
Absolutely. I think while I'm still playing all 4 formats, it's just to try and get back in the Test side. And if it does happen, it happens. If it doesn't, then so be it. But I think it's just trying to keep doing what I'm doing, and if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just really just trying to keep what I'm doing, and that's all it is really.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.